Hey everyone, this is Grenier. In today's Market Minute, I'm going to go over the roller coaster of the Orlando market. In 2006, everybody knew that the property market was on fire. There was tons and tons of people making a lot of money when it came to real estate. Banks were lending to pretty much anybody who had a pulse and maybe a bank account. They were giving money to absolutely anybody who wanted it. Everybody wanted to live the American dream and own a house. So in 2006 and most of 2007, the banks were ensuring that was happening. So property prices were skyrocketing around the nation, primarily in the newer cities like Orlando, and prices pretty much went up 30 to 40% in a matter of 10 to 15 months. In 2007, the property price, the average median value in Orlando was $264,000. That was over a 10.5% increase in just a matter of 6 months. Now, obviously, anybody under the sun knew that there was a huge bubble happening. And what basically happened is essentially that, the bubble burst. After the bubble burst in 2008, all these developers that were building properties around Central Florida, all these vacation homes, all of these residential home developments, hundreds and hundreds of plots, everything came to a screeching halt. Hundreds of thousands, upwards towards 1 million properties went into foreclosure in a matter of months. So basically you had prices skyrocketing for years, and then everything came to a crashing halt really quick. And in 2010, there was an average median price in Orlando of $99,000. Again, that was only 4 years ago. In 2006 and 7, the average median price was $264,000, and now in 2010, it's just $99,000. Nobody knew what was going to happen. Everybody was really freaking out in the property market. Developers weren't making any new developments. People weren't buying properties. Banks were certainly not lending. And really, anybody who was holding onto a property was really kind of holding their breath, keeping their fingers crossed. What I like to say back then, when we were first entering the investment property market, because the only people that were buying was the Asians in China, Singapore, Hong Kong, Japan. That was a super strong market back in those days. And so they were buying every single piece of property they could. So we used to say we were very optimistic about being positive. But fortunately, in today's market, we're very positive about being optimistic, because now we have a much clearer direction about where the property market's going. And that really leads us to what the property market is today. So in 2016, about 10 years after the collapse, the average median price in Orlando is back up to $207,000. Again, in 2006 and 7, it was $264,000. In 2010, it was $99,000. And now today in 2016, it's an average median value of $207,000. Prices have been going up consistently now for about 4.5, 5 years in a row. Every single month, values are increasing between 0.75% to 1.5%. And really that is due to many, many reasons, partially because there aren't as many foreclosures on the market today. Obviously, if you have a neighborhood of, let's say, 50 properties and 25 of them are in foreclosure, and those 25 get purchased, renovated, and either a tenant in place or a new owner occupant, it's going to raise the values of the neighborhood around it. But another thing, banks are finally lending again. And unfortunately, banks are starting to lend a little bit kind of easily like they were in 2006, but hopefully we kind of avoid the same mistakes that we did in the past. But since banks are lending again, obviously the international buyers are starting to buy holiday homes again. Developers are building all around the place. Obviously there's an enormous amount of economy being built around Central Florida. You go anywhere, any main road, like I say, for more than 10 minutes, you're gonna see construction. Whether it's tourist stuff, whether it's local residential stuff, or just local businesses, hospitals, schools, new, obviously hotels are being built, everything you could possibly imagine. So obviously every single indicator in this economy is pointing that the market's going to keep climbing. And fortunately for the right reasons. It's not an inflation issue, and it's not just a huge artificial bubble, and developers aren't building on speculation anymore. They're only they're only building after they sell certain lots and everything like that. So fortunately, we're in a much stronger market, and unfortunately, inventory is at pretty much record lows for the type of market we're in right now. And when it comes to investing in properties, banks are no longer selling foreclosures for 20 or 25 cents on the dollar. They obviously know the news. They're selling properties for very, very close to true market value, and that's making it hard to find good deals. So really what you need to do in today's market is snatch up any single piece of property that you can that's a decent deal. You can no longer expect to get a property for 25 cents on the dollar, but if you can get a property that's roughly 15-20% below market value, it's certainly a good deal because in another year from now, when property prices are forecasted to go up another 10%, you're going to be in a great position. So stock up on your property inventory now. Be on the outlook for more good news when it comes to the economy and the property market here in Orlando. And contact me at any time with any questions regarding the market, property, or you just want to say hello. ChrisGrenier.com. Check out our new website, CentralFloridaPropertyDeals.com, and I look forward to hearing from you soon.